was your first job? What did it teach you?
Oh, great. So I got a job when I was 14. I lied about my age. I was a cashier at Woolco, and I did a lot of retail at the mall and jean shops. And then I worked in a home decor store for many years. So I always had a part-time job. I wanted to contribute to the family income, and I wanted to be able to, pay for my own expenses.
First job, babysitting, but I'll go to the second job, which was I was a swimming instructor when I was from the time I was about 15 onward, and I worked every summer doing that and on the weekends, and mostly I taught little kids, really, really little kids. I learned that parents can have really strong opinions about their kids and how they should be learning swimming lessons. I learned the responsibility of taking care of others, and I got to bring home money to my family, which was welcome, and helped to contribute to going to university.
My very, very first job was when I was in grade 2, delivering the Globe and Mail newspaper in the freezing cold weather at 5 in the morning. But let's say the real job, when I was about 16 years old, I went over to Canada Packers on St. Clair, worked there for 4 years. I'll never forget, I made $12.49 an hour, and back then that was big money. I brought home a paycheck, I remember $310, because you're only allowed to work 24 hours, but man, did we work. We slugged that beef day in, day out, and loaded up these 40-foot trailers, but it was one of the great jobs when you're a teenager.
I grew up on a farm, and my first job was feeding cattle, driving a tractor, and driving a combine, probably at an age that my parents would admit was far too young. But they didn't pay me for that, because that was my contribution to the family farm. So my first job was actually, my father loaned me the money to buy a lawnmower. And I went out and mowed people's yards and brought some money home for myself. And I learned how to be an entrepreneur. And I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, and I'm really proud of what I learned as a kid from my parents.